Hey folks, Italian Woodward Fishing House Guide Service. It is January 30th, and I'm going out just do a little scouting around, see what I can find today. The winter bite is still on, still catching fish deep in the river channel, in the deep creeks. But a couple days ago, yesterday I couldn't fish due to the winds were pretty high, so I peeled around the yard yesterday. But the day before I was out, and they started thinning out on the river on me, so I went checking some pre-spawn grounds, or actually pre-spawn grounds. They're 18-20 foot flats. Typically, you know, most of the year don't really hold a lot of fish, but right before pre-spawn happens, they'll move into this area. And so I went and checked it just on a whim, and sure enough, stumbled up late that afternoon on a lot of nice quality fish. They were really roaming real bad in there. They weren't staying put on anything. Finding groups of 10 or 12, 8 or 10 big fish. Looked like most of the ones I caught a few females mixed in, big females, but most of what I caught was big males. A couple of them was already getting a dark chest, getting some color to them. So the water temperature that day, a couple of days ago, was 49 degrees, even late in the afternoon. So it's still a little cold, but we are fixing to be February now, and so last year, early February, I was catching them in 10 or 12 foot flats, and they were bales were already getting pretty good full color on them. So every year's a little different. It depends on the water temperature, but they still are on a biological clock, and these fish, no matter how cold it is, because we still got this next week some serious cold temperatures, cold 20-degree nights coming. So it's still going to be a minute before that water temperature gets up. You know, usually around 58 degrees, they're going to start moving into these pre-spawn flats good. I did check some pre-spawns, some 10 and 12 foot flats. There was nothing. So basically, like I say, they know it's close. They're just waiting on the right water temperature, but that doesn't mean they're not already trying to transition into that. I myself get caught up in you know, when the water temperature's in the 40s, naturally I can't get away from that deep river channel and areas like that, because naturally you think colder it is, the deeper they are. That's not always the case. In fact, a lot of times it blows my mind how often I'll find fish shallow when in my mind I think they should all be deep. So don't get so hung up into one pattern that you don't check other areas and look for different fish. So anyway, I did, and so I'm going back to that area again today. It was late that evening when I really got in there and started finding them. So I'm fixing to go. It's about 9 o'clock. I got all day, so I'm gonna go and get in there and really work it over good, and make sure that day just wasn't a fluke, and I don't think it was. It's still really cold. It was 28 degrees this morning when I got up. My units hadn't really fired up good yet to tell me what the water temperature is this morning, but I expect it to still be in the upper 40s, probably 48 or 49. So anyway, I made a few new jigs yesterday while I didn't have much to do. And so we're going to try about 4 or so different colors today. I made 2 new colors yesterday. That is now I made these 1/8 ounce because I ran out of my, I'm sorry, 16th ounce. I ran out of 1/8 ounce heads, but anyway, that's almost like a kind of mimicked a bleeding shad in a bobby garland, or you know, a bleeding shad, kind of a silvery, white silvery with the red in it, red flaking. So that's kind of what I'm calling my bleeding shad hair jig. So I'm gonna give it a whirl today. And then I fish a blue ice bobby garland baby shad a lot also, which is a great color on this lake on Toledo Bend. Again, that's another 16th ounce head, but that is trying to mimic the blue ice in a bobby garland. So that's my blue ice hair jig. And then I'm of course going to be running my white and silver shad color that I've been doing so well on. That's a 1/8 ounce head there. This is one I've really been hammering them on lately. So that's still one I'm gonna run today. And of course, if the water gets good and muddy, I guess my favorite muddy water jig color is gonna be either an orange and black or a chartreuse and black. You know, that's an orange and black I've had them in here a while. I believe my wife tied those. But anyway, that's a great muddy water color. But I tend to go more towards the black and chartreuse. So I've got all 4 of these colors tied on 4 different poles this morning, and you know, that way I'm ready to drop different colors in on them if they're not acting right. So but that's what we're doing. We're just go check some pre-spawn flats, 18, 20 foot, a lot of timber and structure through there, and see if the fish are there like they were a couple days ago when I found them. So that's the game plan, and we'll try to run the camera as much as possible and get some good footage. So y'all stay with us. Okay, so I came out here where I planned to fish, and I came 20 foot flat, and it was worse than what it is right here, even if you can believe it. As usual, the forecast is completely wrong today so far. It's supposed to calm down later, but right now it's pretty tough. So we're going to, I guess, go back into a pocket and do some looking around. So, but I thought I'd check this deep stretch of big timber right through here on an old lake that tends to hold some fish here in the winter. I hadn't looked at lately. So anyway, the winds have messed up the whole plan for today, so hopefully it'll calm down. It's looking like it's supposed to, but it's higher right now than they had forecasted for this morning. So you never know. All you can do is go, and a lot of times you have to change your plan out due to the weather. So anyway, I'm gonna make a little run here. We're gonna get back in behind some banks, get out of this wind a little bit, and do some looking around in there. Big old white crappie. Barely got her hooked too. Wow, look at that hammer. Yeah, that's a pretty fish there, boys. Big white female. So what I've got is I had to get out of the main lake, get out of that wind. I'm right on the edge of a deep creek channel. I got a old junky old brush pile here holding, looks like 4, 5, 6 nice fish. You can see them just stacked up, one right on top of the other, down this little old slender brush pile here. But that's a big, pretty white crappie, big female. But, anyway, I'm using the white and silver, and I had to drop in on her. I had 2 of them come off the very top ones, come out and look at it, and wouldn't take it. So I had to just keep messing with them. Finally, this one finally committed. So that's it's between £1.5, £1.75. I'm gonna go ahead and put them back today. I'm not gonna keep them. She's a big female, so I'm gonna let her stay in the lake and do her thing. Hopefully she's okay. There she goes. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with her. So anyway, I had to abandon my original plan of fishing some main lake flats. I'm in the mouth of a cove here on a creek channel, and just kind of running this creek looking for fish. Fat female there. Boy, they are real slow biting this morning. Nice little, probably 12-inch crappie, big fat belly on her. Pretty fish. She's down there about 22 foot deep. There's about 15, 20 of them there, and they're just not hitting. I'm just having to dead stick it on them. Another little fish. Work for them, they ain't wanting to eat it good. Gotta just keep repitching on them, repitching. Finally commit and take it. It's nice, nice fillet size crappie. Okay, I just stumbled up on another little group of them right here. Pretty good little pile right in the river channel, and it's about 38 foot of water. These fish are sitting on this about 20 to some of them as deep as 26 foot there. Pitch on, see if we can get one out of that group. They look hungry. Yeah, they look hungry. Got my jig coming down, straight out on top of them. See it good. There we go. Right in there with them, right in that nest of them, boy. Oh, he just bumped it. Just bumped it. See my jig falling back. Oh, dang. They ain't just hammering it, they just running out tapping at it. There's one. There's one came up out of the bottom of the wad there. See him coming up. Looks like a pretty nice fish. Decent fish. We'll take him. Old female. White and silver haired jig. Some great color this time of year. Yeah, it's a pretty fish. Alright, see if we can get another one of them. It's like certain groups of them are more aggressive than the next group. I don't understand it, but you know, that's the thing about down there. You don't know what's going on. You don't know that some of these groups you find and you can't hardly get them to eat. Well, there's a pile of fish there. You don't know if 10 minutes before you pulled up on them and found them, there could have been a big old bait ball of shad come through them, and every one of them gorged on some shad, and then you go down 200 feet or 100 yards down, and you find some that hadn't just recently aged, kind of what I think, because you can see me coming in again, because it's really like that a lot of days. You know, certain groups eat, even on a good day, some groups eat better than other groups. Here, I'm right there with them. That one looking at it. That's me right here. Comes the one. Oh yeah, that one just hammered it. Looks like a nice fish coming up. Oh yeah, pretty fish. None of them just monsters, but we'll take them. Seem to be biting a little better than they were earlier. Oh yeah, that'll work. I think I'm up to about 11 now today, so it's not bad. Not bad at all. I think I can keep catching these right here. Keep dropping in until they stop showing interest anyway. Look at them down there. Nice group of fish. Still several fish. There he went already. Came out and smashed it, boy. See him coming up. Boy, there's 20, most of them's 22, 24 foot. Takes a minute to reel them up from down there. Pretty fish. Yeah, just some good eaters right there. There he is. I think this group here, I'm about to catch all the hungry ones because it's taking the first several. I guess this makes 6 or 7. First 4 or 5. I mean, you just get it close to them. One of them was coming to eat it. Just a little smaller fish too. I mean, I'm having to get right up on the tree now. I got bark all over, fungus, whatever, all over my jig there, where I was right up against that tree trying to make one hit it, but a little smaller one. I think that's 7 off this tree. Probably up to about 12 today, this morning, so that's not too bad. I wasn't even finding any fish earlier. My original plan kind of got messed up due to the wind, so keep trying them a couple more times. Still a bunch of fish down there. There he is. I think I'm gonna leave him alone after this one. Oh yeah, big old white crappie mixed in with all them blacks. I caught, this is, I think 8 off of this one tree, and this is the first white. The rest of them was blacks. That's a nice fish. That's probably a good 13 inch, maybe 14. Good fish though. Alright, so I'm going to look for another tree here, see if I can find another group of them. Alright, so what I'm doing, basically, I'm just working a area of the river. There's a lot of, through this stretch of the river, there's a lot of standing timber out in the river itself. So I'm basically just running it. My original plan was to fish some main lake flats, and the wind they weren't quite right on their forecast obviously today, so the wind kind of messed that plan up. So sometimes it's just the way it is. You got to adjust according to the weather. They're wrong all the time, as you know. So But anyway, so what I did to keep from running my whole day is I'm checking an area of the river here that basically I got this big point sticking out. We got a south wind, so this is an area I hadn't been to in quite a while. I used to fish this area a lot, almost religiously, and I've moved more south on the lake, so I don't hit this as much. But anyway, so I'm behind this bank a good bit right here. I got a lot of area in here to fish, and it's blocking me from this south wind, so it's got me somewhat sheltered in here, and still got a little wave action, but that's a good thing. But I just found another group right here. See if I can zoom this in for you a little bit. So that's all I'm doing is, as you can see, I'm in 40 foot of water, just 30 feet out in front of me. You can see the drop on this. So I'm right on the edge of the river channel, the old river channel, and I'm just working this timber through here. And as I turn it, you're seeing different stick ups. Well, they're not on every one of them, but you know, right through here it seems to be a pretty good concentration of them. There's, I don't know, 7, 8 fish sitting right there. So we're gonna pitch out on them, see if we can grab one. So what I'm trying to do is as you know, is one of my favorite techniques. I like to pitch beyond them and let it fall in there to them. I think it drifting through them gets me more bites than just vertical jigging them. I'm right in there with them right now, having a hard time seeing it. Oh, there he went. There he goes right there. He's coming up. Yeah, so that jig was just barely, kind of slow drifting through them. And looks like a decent fish. Yeah, he's nice. Oh yeah, nice fish. Tell you what though, he just dumped the fire out of the thing. Knocked the fire out of the jig. Okay, here we go. We're gonna pitch on them. See me coming down. I pitched at about 20 foot and let out a good bit of line, enough because I'm going 20 deeper than 20. So now I'm right there with them. Now I'm just gonna slow drift through them. I'm right in the fish right now. Oh, there he went. As soon as I got right in there with him, just a slow fall. He hit it. Oh yeah, another good fish. That's some nice ones there. This tree's got a little bit of fish on it. Yeah, nice fish. I think I'm setting at around 15 now. Most of them came off this river. Yeah, pretty fish. Pretty fish on a white and silver hair jig, one of my jigs. Proud of that. That's what I've been killing them on lately. You can see it's getting kind of beat up. It's had quite a few hits. And fished out there at 20 foot, that's me falling. Only seeing one fish left. Must have took off on me. Oh, here comes one at me right now. Yeah. There he goes. He took it. There he goes. He grabbed that thing on the fall. I didn't even feel him. When I tugged up on him a little bit, he was there, so. Oh yeah. Nice fish. One more sitting down there. That's another female full of eggs. Belly about to pop on her. Yeah. Putting old crappie stick to work today. smallest one I've caught off this spot. Still a keeper though, if I was keeping them today. Probably 10 inches. That's yeah, like I know I'm at 16 now. I think I'm gonna be able to catch a limit today. Another probably 10, 11 inch, about a 10 inch. Nice thick little 10-inch fish. Yeah, I was gonna try some of my new colors I made yesterday, but I mean, this color's been working so good. I hadn't used much of any other color in the last probably 2 or 3 weeks. It's been nothing but that one there, white and silver. I got just a lead head. I'm not painting the heads or anything. My wife started making this one here years ago, and she used to paint the head silver, but I don't really think it's necessary, so I started making my own. She got so busy at work, and then I also added some red. She always put silver flash, tinsel flash in the body. I do that, but also added some red flash to it as well. And then mine have a red neck. That last bit of the neck is going to be red, basically just the thread that I'm tying it with, but you can see the silver and the red flash in that. And so mine's a little different than hers, but basically the same. And she used to sell the fire out of these, especially during the winter months. So I love it. I love that jig. It's starting to get some wear and tear on it. It's caught 16, 17 fish today. So look at that school right there. They're moving though. They ain't sitting still for me. Oh yeah, they're piling up on this other tree. They're right here under us now. Let's see if we can get a couple of them. Oh wow, that feels like a good one. That's what I'm saying. This can never get old. Oh yeah, another nice one. After I pitched out though, that last fish I just caught and put back, while my jig was falling, I was watching it just slowly dive down to that 22 foot where the rest of them were sitting. And I think he went on past them, but he went right back down there to them. That's another big female, another big pretty fish. 13 inches, big gut on her, nice fish. Hook on that one. The last one I didn't really get the hook, set the hook with. Oh wow, glad too. That's a nice fish, real nice fish. Yeah, that's a good one. Pretty fish. Got a little chunk taken out of his back right there. That's a female. Got a lot full of eggs. Nice fish. some reason they started, oh wow, that's a good one too. They started stirring around on me real bad. Every time I get close to them now, all of a sudden they're moving on me. So I chased them down, picked a couple off, running them down. Nice female. Oh wow, another good fish. It's probably the second best fish of the day here. Get it in the freaking boat. Oh yeah, it's a nice one there. Other than that white, I've caught probably 3 or 4 of this size. Most of them's been 12, 11 to 13 inch fish. That's a 14 inch fish right there. Pretty fish though. Yeah. Oh yeah, awesome fish too. Nice fish. 25 of them, baby. Heck yeah. Anyway, that's a good one to end it on right there. We're going to call it a day. I got about a 30-minute run through some pretty good waves, I believe, out in the main lake. So we're gonna go ahead and head on in. It's about 3 o'clock. But all right, folks, I'm gonna call it a day. It was a blast. I caught a bunch of fish. Caught a limit of 25, and caught some real nice ones. Most of them were probably 10 to 11, 12-inch fish, but I did catch, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 good 14, 15, well, 14-inch fish. Caught one probably 15 maybe, but anyway, just a lot of good eater fish. Didn't keep any, threw them all back. Anyway, I'm finna head to the house. You know, I caught every one of them. I intended to, you know, try some of my new jigs that I tied yesterday, and I just didn't. I mean, this little white silver hair jig's just been killing them, and today was no different. So I just didn't see the need in changing. They were hitting it good. I stayed with it. I caught every one of them, I think, on this one today, and it's gotten beat up pretty good. So, but anyway, we'll try them other colors on another day. But I just want to take a minute and thank you. I want to thank ACC Crappie Sticks for making such a good rod and taking care of us guides, you know, and giving us a good deal on them. Andy's a good fella, and he's definitely got good things going there at Crappie Sticks. They've got some new jigs out that I hadn't tried yet, jig heads. But anyway, I want to thank you. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I'd like that you, if you would, hit subscribe and follow what we got going. I'm not the YouTuber that puts new videos on every day or once a week. I'll have moments where I may not put them on for a while, but you know, I'm going to always add some new content to it, and I'll have moments where I put them on there pretty steady, and then I'll take a break. I get so busy guiding. So but I do appreciate you, and we'll take a minute to, you know, just tell you to not tell you, but ask you to, you know, give God some time every day. You know, God is everything to me personally. Without God, I wouldn't have made it through a lot of things in life, and so I just give him the glory and the love that he deserves for what he's done for me. And like I said, I'm definitely not trying to force God on no one, but I just if you'd ever give him a chance and really open your mind and heart to him, then you'll realize how awesome he is and what he can do for you and your life and your family. So, you know, take some time and talk to God every day. Take a minute and crack your Bible open and read it. You know, you don't necessarily have to, you know, go into a church house, you know, every week or anything like that to have a good, close relationship with God. So anyway, I appreciate you. Thanks for the support, and I'm fixing to get this rig back to the house. I got a pretty good run, and once I clear this bank behind me, it's gonna get a little stiff out there. So, but anyway, appreciate you again. We'll catch you on the next go around.